It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up. Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renin rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renins, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
I wonder what Helganquil's civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen,
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
a man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renins inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking maybe meat.
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell? You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here.
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
March requires complete focus! Illuminate the dark! Come on, holy glimmer!
Frickin' does it!
Holy land never fits!
Demon Tag! Blazing Blood!
Pierce evil! Illuminate the dark! They're surrounding us!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Blazing
Alphen!
flame!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy
This is
land!
looking good, is this it?
Don't leave that in your dreams! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
Watch it!
Here, let me help.
Time for one more!
Illuminate the glimmer! Come forth! Holy glimmer!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right, no time to hold
Holy
back.
glimmer! Holy land!
First strike!
Shut him down!
Holy Lance!
Sonic Thrust!
Illuminate the Titan! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years, no, even before that, just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danons?
I'd say it's likely, which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Meet dirt! These things really get on my nerves.
Don't get carried away.
I never miss. This is in the sky and flying.
Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Raging cascade. Hold on to your Alphen. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Well done. Searing flame. Reload.
I'll face you. Burn!
You're mine. Take that. You get the gist. Sleep now.
Seismic rupture! Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Can you take it?
Raging cascade. Recover.
Stalagmite!
Here.
Rising focus! Stalagmite!
Hear me. Flame of fury. Burning.
Alpha! Raining flash! Begin! Eternal devastation!
Where are you going? Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together. Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Burn in hell! I'll blind you with a shot! Flaming thrust! Tornado drive! Rising falcon! Seismic rupture! Rising light! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! More Sukkos?
Keep calm and take them down.
Demon Fang! This will go no further! Burn in hell!
I don't even know the word
We did it! I'll face
As
you!
impressive as always.
Here I hoped I wasn't.
No, I mean you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Blind you with a shot!
I call upon thee!
Sword Rain Alpha! Can you take it? Raining flash!
In here!
Eternal
Let's
devastation!
get you all pushed away!
You're mine!
Oh, violent starting
You're mine!
Come now! Cross one more time!
Seismic rupture! I'll grind you into dust!
Seal! Annihilate! This one's mine!
Begin!
Seal!
Prepare to be sealed! Burn in hell!
Do it! Lost!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Reinforcements?
Take this! Try this!
Precision, precision, timing. All a perfect 10.
That's it? Nothing else to add?
You take meticulous care of your firearm.
Rising falcon! Your mind comes down! Take this! Rising Wyvern! I'll grind you into dust!
Here's the evil!
I'll face you! Devastation! Rising falcon! It's on! Seismic rupture! I'll grind you into dust! Demon Fang! I'll grind you into dust!
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Take this!
Take this!
I'll bring you down. Eat dirt.
Does it hurt?
Illuminate the solar corruption!
I'll face
Do
you!
it!
Rising
Xion!
Wyvern!
Astral
I'm in your debt, Alphen.
Then tonight's meal is on you. You've got it.
I'm only getting Glacial Spear. Here's evil! Freeze Lancer! Freeze Lancer!
Elusive
It's
deity.
over!
Eagle Ray.
Gemini Aqua!
Swallow Blade.
By the power of water! Take it! I'm only getting started!
Can you take it?
You picked the wrong
Now!
Elusive deity. Alphen.
In an instant!
Impact Cross.
More?
Dance in
Resonate with the earth.
Heal! It's over!
I'll be saving this one. Magic is...
Glacial Spear! Here's her!
Magical Dash.
Fury! Burning All disasters made one. Come forth and bless the purity!
Can you take it?
Maelstrom! Freeze Lancer!
Take this.
Lightning Never Corruption!
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Come forth and bless the purity!
Stalagmite.
Maelstrom!
This one's mine!
Rage.
Circle! Where are you going?
Power surges through me.
Carve down through walls! Here I go! I'm only getting help!
Tempest.
Get on in there!
Behold. The earth pulse. Tectonic vision.
More?
Here, let me help!
Darkest sky! I call upon thee!
No further. I'll face you.
Does
it hurt?
Something special! Dance in the wind!
Sleep now!
Seismic rush.
We'll do it!
Rinwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
You're lost!
Certainly not.
Sleep now! Where are you going?
You're mine.
You're
You're finished. Tempest. Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Damn it!
Stalagmite.
I'm all stuffed up!
Let's get you
Annihilation!
I'll face you.
Laser Ray!
Rising water!
Annihilation!
Strike! Tear!
Seismic rupture.
Lightning
I'll
Lord!
grind you into dust.
Banana, let's go!
Will this help?
Severing this one! All mine!
Now! Healing circle! Astral energy! Full throttle! Soaring
If
coming!
it's in the sky,
Rising
it's mine!
Wyvern!
Does it
I'm
hurt?
ready!
Rondo!
I'll be
Can you
saving
take it?
Heal you all!
Mirage!
Seismic rupture.
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating.
Dance on the wind.
Water! Here's
I'm
my
ready.
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Tidal wave!
Blew away! Raining flash!
Do it!
Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle! Illuminate the
Here I
dark!
go!
Come forth!
Knocked off!
Radiant pierce!
Destruction!
Illuminate the dark! Come
Now you see what I can do.
Take this!
Holy land! Reload!
Destruction!
Cross that.
Raining flash!
All disasters made one!
Dragon Swarm!
The healings of purity!
Reflect on thy sin.
This one's all mine! Eat this!
It's over! Radiant Crush! I'm ready!
Destruction!
Radiant Crush! Lightning condemned!
Blew away!
Thunder Blade! Illuminate the dark!
Blew away!
Holy land!
Take this! You're
Power of
finished!
water!
Crush! Dragon Swarm! Dragon
Radiant
Swarm!
light. Rinwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Lightning condemned! My heart, that'll bring you down!
Negative J.
Illuminate the dark! Holy power of water!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm all stuffed up!
Can't get out of this.
Annihilation!
Burning!
Can you take it?
Dance
Here I
in the
come!
wind! In here!
I'm in your debt.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Magic is there! Hurry,
I'll
then!
face you.
I can do it all day!
Dance on the wind.
Now!
Shield.
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. On your
Sparkling
knees.
stars of light!
Take
Rain
this.
down and
You're finished!
That'll bring you down!
Rending you apart.
Here I come!
Mega Ray!
It's over!
Bloody hell.
Destruction!
in here! Now!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! I still got a ways to go!
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, and if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
This one's tough!
Eat this!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Okay, here I go!
Freeze Lancer!
Now or never.
These ones can run rings around us!
Hey, new equipment! Phew, what a rush! These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrek 35 about it sometime.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way! The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Dispose of the trash.
First strike!
I'm ready!
Talon Storm!
Okay, careful!
Guys, think it's
it
time
has
to
some kind
run.
of camouflage.
Bad feeling about this.
Talon Storm! Here I come!
Where are you going?
Now you see what I can do!
Illuminate the dark! Reload!
Hey, when did I
Illuminate
get
the
so
dark!
popular?
Come forth, holy glimmer!
Watch
Holy
this!
lamp!
Inspiration!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Sometimes the
I can
best
do this all day! This one's all mine! Burn in hell!
Searing flame! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
Eternal devastation!
Illuminate the dark!
Commander of Heaven!
Scenic Cyclone!
Dragon Shout!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
Explosive Ring!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
I'll finish you here and now!
Illuminate magic is amp! Holy lamp!
You're mine!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Laser spear! Illuminate the dark!
Not today!
Holy glimmer! Holy
I
lamp!
can carve through armor!
Here,
Be still!
Blazing Flame!
illuminate Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer!
If it's in the sky, it's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Searing flame! Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
Bring you down!
Holy lamp!
Eternal devastation!
Eagle assault! Searing flame!
Do it!
Illuminate the gleam!
Light burst forth!
Radiant genesis! I'll heal you all!
Rising Wyvern!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Wow! You've got to be lucky to find this stuff!
Indeed. I can tell it's quite the find.
It'll be a breeze. Easy. Get in, get out!
Creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining unit?
Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining!
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
I owe you one.
Reload!
Talon Hurricane!
Lunar Griffin!
Inferno
That's not
Punch!
even fair!
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight. This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist!
Radiant Pierce! Glacial Spear!
Here's evil!
Talon Hurricane!
This one's mine! The wise warrior knows when to call it quits!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
And thus our strength yet grows.
I have a bad feeling about this.
These fists have got your name on them!
Here, let me help.
Rising Wiper!
I'll smash you! That
Ignite! It can hide itself? Amazing! First strike! Sword Rain Alphen! Raining Strike!
Rise and that'll bring you down.
You're mine!
I'm going to
Here I come!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that'd be
Holy
silly.
glimmer!
Here, let me help.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
Swallow
Holy
blade!
glimmer! Holy land!
Inferno Turret! Here and now!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer!
No further!
Arch require complete focus!
Take it! It's over!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
To be let free! Not today! Glimmer Dragon!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
Rising Focus!
Just
You! I'll finish you here and now!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Illuminate magic and healing!
Stay away from my
Holy
friend!
land!
Take this!
Resuscitation! Here's a healing art! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
Do it!
Primed and ready! Illuminate the dark! That's quite
This one's mine. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this. Water, hear my call.
Red! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Red! Illuminate the
This
dark!
one's mine!
Please, holy glimmer!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Take it! It's over!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land! I'll heal you all!
Do it!
Leon! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
A flawless victory!
Natural!
Can't... Here!
Don't give up!
I'll finish you here and now!
Here, let me help.
Cascade! First!
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Arctic one!
Resonate
Field!
with the eye.
Mega ray!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Mega ray!
Destruction!
Thunder field! Mega ray!
Destruction!
Arctic
Blue
one!
away!
Marksman handled it! Freeze like again! Raging cascade! Here! I'll be saving this one. I never miss.
Feel my
All
will.
right, it's showtime.
Cure.
Thanks. Just what I needed. I'm all stuffed up. Lightning
You're right.
regulation.
Dragon Swarm!
All disorders.
The flame inside me cure to be let free! Elusive deity!
Healing circle. What was nail struck?
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Don't get in my way.
Destruction! Elusive deity! Raining slash! Eagle ray!
What would I do?
Here I come!
Nail struck.
Elusive deity!
Lunar blast. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this. Deus roar.
Here I come!
Here I go.
Destruction!
It's over. Rain down. Purify.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
You're mine! Destruction! Catapult! Dragon Swarm!
Fluidity of your movement is simply impeccable.
Forgive me. You'll pay for that!
Healing circle.
Now I can let loose!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now? Isn't the time?
I really don't.
My watch. Let the marksman handle this.
Strike! Elusive deity!
Wind astral energy.
Soaring blast! Not today!
Kazam.
Eagle ray!
Healing circle.
Destruction!
That'll bring you down.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
I'm grateful. Right.
Searing tempest. And that's my will. Tornado. All disasters made one. Come forth.
Negative
and heal
gate!
us of fury.
Rending you apart! Ah!
Any more of them, I'll burn out.
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning Kazam. Here. Thunderblade. Illuminate the dark.
Raining slash! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! This should do it!
Corruption. Gemini.
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Searing flame. Reload.
Destruction! Blew away! Raining slash!
Frozen.
Hammer!
This could be useful.